Our universe has been around for nearly 14 billion years. That's a mind-boggling amount of time. And in that time, countless people have lived and died. Their stories just gone, lost to the ages. History is funny that way, isn't it? It's incredibly selective about who it decides to remember. Just think about it for a second. We don't remember the names of most ancient kings, or the wealthiest landlords, or the most powerful industrialists from back in the day. They came. They've built their empires, they accumulated their fortunes, and then they just vanished from our collective memory. But names like Plato, Socrates, and Aristotle, whoa, they've been echoing through the centuries, for millennia, and they'll probably be talked about for thousands more. Now, these guys weren't rich. They didn't command vast armies. So how in the world did they achieve this kind of immortality? What was their secret? Well, the answer is that they all shared one incredible superpower. A tool so potent that it didn't just reshape their own lives, it reshaped entire civilizations. And that superpower is philosophy. So what exactly is this superpower? I know a lot of people hear the word philosophy and they immediately think it's some stuffy, overly complicated, highbrow subject. But really, at its core, it's something beautifully simple and deeply, deeply human. The origin of the word itself tells you everything you need to know. It comes from two Greek words, philo, which means love, and sophia, which means wisdom. So philosophy, it literally just means the love of wisdom. That's it. It's the simple pursuit of understanding how to live a better life. And this whole practice, this entire way of thinking, was born from one fundamental, unavoidable human certainty: the knowledge that our time is limited, that one day we're all going to die. And once you realize that, it forces you to ask the most important question of all: how should we spend the short time that we have? Now, to cope with this kind of existential anxiety, humanity has pretty much turned to two main paths: religion and philosophy. And while religion offers comfort through faith, promising answers about what comes next, philosophy, it takes a different route. It relies on logic and reason. It encourages us to ask tough questions to find answers for the here and now. Philosophy really gives us the courage to confront the biggest questions of all. The ones that science, with all its physical laws and empirical evidence, just can't fully answer. So what kind of questions are we talking about here? Well, for starters, do we actually have free will? Are the choices you make truly your own? Or are they just the predetermined outcome of a chain reaction that started billions of years ago? Or how about this one? What exactly is time? Really, what is it? Did it have a beginning? Is it some constant forward-flowing river? Or is that just a stubborn illusion that our minds create? And of course, the biggest of them all, what is reality? What does it even mean to exist? So here's the crucial point. These are not just abstract puzzles for academics. These questions are relevant to every single one of us, and that is why the people who first dared to ask them are never, ever forgotten. So, to tackle these massive questions, philosophers developed a kind of toolkit with different tools designed for different kinds of problems. These are what we call the main branches of philosophy. Okay, let's look inside this toolkit. First, you've got metaphysics, which asks the fundamental question: what is the nature of reality? This is where you get puzzles like the ship of Theseus. If you replace every plank of a ship, is it still the same ship? Then there's epistemology, which is all about knowledge itself. It asks, how do we know what we know? Ethics, that's a big one, explores our actions with the question, what is the right way to live? This is where you find dilemmas like the trolley problem. Next is political philosophy, which looks at society and asks, how should we be governed? Then there's aesthetics, which examines art and beauty, asking what makes something beautiful. And finally, logic. Logic gives us the rules for correct reasoning. Each one of these is like a unique lens for seeing the world more clearly. All right, this is all fascinating stuff, but what's the real-world payoff? Why should you care about any of this? So let's break down why it really matters by looking at the 3 key ways philosophy pays off in your personal life. First up, think of philosophy as the ultimate workout for your mind. Seriously, it's like taking your brain to the gym, and this mental workout, it builds strength in a few key areas. It gives you the courage to question everything, your own beliefs, society, the universe. It develops razor-sharp critical thinking skills, so you can analyze any issue from all angles. And maybe most importantly, it promotes autonomous thinking. It frees you from having to rely on what other people tell you to believe.
Second, philosophy acts like a compass for your life. It's there to help you navigate the incredibly complex journey of just being human.
It pushes you to explore life's purpose and find your own meaning, not just accept one that's handed to you. It gives you frameworks for making those really tough moral and ethical decisions when the path isn't clear. And it gives you profound self-awareness, a real understanding of your own strengths, weaknesses, and what really motivates you. And third, philosophy is a guide to understanding the world and your place in it.
It helps you grasp the deep structures of society, the political, economic, and religious ideas that shape all of our lives. It gives you the context to understand history, not as just a series of random events, but as a battle of ideas. In short, it massively broadens your intellectual bandwidths. It just makes your world bigger.
You know, there's this really powerful idea that philosophers are the doctors of society. And it makes perfect sense when you think about it. Just like a doctor diagnoses an illness in a person, a philosopher diagnoses the problems within a culture or a government or a belief system. They have the sharp, sensitive minds needed to see what's wrong and maybe prescribe a better way forward. Because ultimately, philosophy isn't about finding all the answers. It's a tool that teaches you how to ask better, deeper, more meaningful questions. It empowers you to start your own investigation into life. So the only question left is, what will yours be?